The world abounds in change through man's ability.
If I pay you $50 extra, will you off yourself when we're done recording? All right, I'll Venmo it to your surviving family.
Well, you'd have to send it to me before. So
Yeah.
I'd have to be able to spend it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to spend it on?
Probably strippers.
Or heroin.
Or pizza.
No, not heroin.
Heroin would be a good way to go out.
Yeah, but like if you do it once, then you get addicted. Then like you're not gonna. You're just like, well, I don't want to die. I just want to be on heroin now.
Well, that's why you do a whole bunch of it.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if your goal is to kill yourself.
Oh, but what if you're one of the cases that somehow survives it?
Yeah, and then you're just addicted.
Then you know you have a superpower.
Oh no, if you survive all that heroin, I don't think you're addicted. I think you're a vegetable. Welcome to Foulcast, everybody. I'm Josh.
And I just almost spit milk out my nose. See, I didn't even consider the like Metallica 1 situation.
Yeah.
that could be terrible.
Oh man.
Maybe we don't do that.
So if you're in that vegetative state, are you like? I wonder if you're just like, God, I can't move anything, and all I want is heroin.
That sucks.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horrible, even if that isn't the case.
I mean, if they like have an understanding of your brain function, like I imagine if you're just like, is that what you're like in your head too?
I guess there's really.
I guess it depends on how much it's damaged your brain.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I mean, if it damaged your capacity for physical speech,
Yeah.
but not like your
You're still clear
Your mental
upstairs.
acuity.
yeah, that'd suck.
That would really
There are
suck.
some people that go into comas and they come out like years later and they're like, I've been conscious the whole time. I just haven't been able to do anything. That's fucking wild.
Alright. Living will. If I go into a coma, I want you guys to
preemptively.
immediately smother me with a pillow. Like,
Like,
immediately.
he was probably going to wake up like tomorrow. Or like, they want a chance at
Make sure I'm in a coma and I'm not just asleep.
a long-term coma.
I don't want to conk out on the couch and,
Yeah.
and die for it.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to shake you and give you or see you give us the look that TV gave Ken when Ken woke him up.
Oh, God. That haunts me.
What look was that?
It went from sleeping to like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, shit.
Like, immediately. Like, eyes shoot open. Now, it's partially because his eyesight is shit, but, you know.
Dude's mom's like, this is what I go through every day.
We were talking last night with some friends, and somebody said something really weird. It would have been really weird out of context. We may or may not have had the context. I don't remember. But somebody else was like, oh, I'm going to get that engraved on your tombstone. And I'm like, oh, that's an interesting idea. They can't fight you on it. They're dead.
Mhm.
So you can put whatever quote you want on there. And then somebody else came up with the idea, you should just keep a list of all the weird out-of-pocket shit your friends say, and then put a QR code on their headstone that links to a web page where you just have a list of all
That's
the
a
things
good
that they've
idea.
said. And
I
I'm like,
that idea.
I definitely know people who wouldn't like that idea, and I think I might be one of them. But the first thing that popped into my head was, I'm going to give you AIDS in the alleyway. It would be in the list like 7 times, just interspersed throughout the other quotes.
I don't know. AIDS in the alley was a big one, but Maya Angelou's a dirty bitch is still that one wins it out for me.
Yep.
Because he said it, and then we kept talking, and Doug stops the conversation. He goes, "Hold on, Josh, you just said Maya Angelou's a dirty bitch."
But was he wrong, though?
No, apparently he was not.
As it turns out, Now, of course, that was said before we knew that. But
Yeah.
No, I know my dirty bitches. Okay.
It was prophetic.
And Maya Angelou, she was.
Yep.
oh man. Oh, good show, guys. I had a really weird troll encounter on Soulseek
Under a
today.
bridge. Oh.
No.
Oh, remember troll digging?
Troll diggy.
Oh, troll digging. I do not remember her real name.
No idea what.
Nobody
it
does, dude.
is. No idea what.
Troll dig.
What?
Wow.
That. Whenever that comes across, I'm just like, good lord.
Did she try to fuck you guys at all?
No, I stayed
She
far
wanted
away.
this D.
Oh
told
yeah,
her-
of course she did.
I told her I was gay, and she's like, "Good, we can be girlfriends." And I'm like, that really should have worked.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from here.
So there I was getting my hair braided by Troll Diggy. I
She
just
give me
fucked.
cornrows.
She gave me cornrows and I fucked her just to get her out of my house.
I fucked her right out the front door.
Oh, gotta pay the troll toll, sir.
She didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that everybody knew her as Troll Diggy.
Right?
No. No, very interesting personality. That
I would-
one.
I low-key wonder what Googling troll diggy would turn.
So,
Soulseek.
yeah. So right now my project is, pardon me, god damn. Right now my project is re-encoding or re-downloading my files on my Plex so that I can have all the shows, not the movies. We've discussed that in like HEVC video codec. It's saved a lot of space. I'm back up to like 10.5 terabytes of free space. I'm no longer worried that I'm going to run out anytime soon, because that's going to be like a $1,500 upgrade if I need to throw bigger drives in there.
Yep.
And it's going to take months, because you have to replace one drive and then let it restripe it, and then replace the next drive and let it restripe it until you get all four in there.
Yeah, I don't do things that way.
So sometimes there's a file missing from Usenet. You'll download all the episodes for a season, and one of them is just not there. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So I go to Soulseek, and I search for the name of the show, the season and episode number, and 265, or HEVC, or whatever. And I usually find something. Even if I have to let it sit there for a few hours to get through their queue, I'll get it eventually. Well, I threw one on there, and sometimes it comes up aborted, and then I just retry it and it finishes downloading anyway. This time it came up banned, and then there was a note. It said banned, and then in parentheses it said, banned, yes, you. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, like, the guy messaged me and was like, you're banned, yes, you. And I looked at the message, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, thanks. Or like, cool, thanks, or whatever. And then the guy posts my IP address. And I'm like, and?
Yeah.
Like, do you think you're intimidating me? Like, what? And he's like, you're fucking trash. And I'm like, why do you say that? And he's just like, you're not sharing any videos, just a bunch of fucking trailer park music. And I'm like, bro, I have like every genre of music known to man in my collection available here on Soulseek. I don't understand where you get trailer park from. He's like, oh, you're all the fucking same, you people, or just listen to your shitty trailer park music, you fucking Trumper. And I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Your tactic is that you're accusing me of being a Trump supporter who lives in a trailer park.
For not sharing.
For not sharing my
television.
videos, right? And like, even if I wanted to share my videos, I wouldn't have them up right now because they're in a state of flux at the moment.
Sure.
Like, they're changing. I don't want to change it while somebody's trying to download it. But like, this fucking guy just fucking goes off, and he's just like scrolling text of just like hurling invective at a stranger on an obscure file sharing platform. And I'm just like, I'm just going to go ahead and block you.
Yeah.
So I blocked him. And then out of curiosity, a few minutes later, I unblocked him. He was still typing.
So you didn't even realize it.
I don't think he necessarily even read my message, but like he was like fucking pissed. And then he was like, you people always do the same shit. I've seen it a million times before. And I'm like, what the fuck could possibly have triggered him? And he's like, well, you know, I'm just letting you know, because, you know, this is all because you didn't like the answer to your question. And I'm like, what question? You banned me from downloading your files. And I was like, all right. And then you called me an asshole and trash and started going off on me. And I have to imagine that that's just this guy's hobby.
Yeah, it sounds like
He went for a while. Usually, I feel like trolls do that shit in front of an audience.
I mean, maybe he's streaming on Twitch.
Maybe. Watch me abuse strangers on a file sharing network.
No, I would wonder what he saw that set him off.
Your trailer trash music.
What that made him equate you
with Trailer Park?
I looked at my library. I'm not gonna pull up on this fucking thing. But like one of the first bands that would show up for my music collection is fucking Two Live Crew. That's not exactly trailer park music. Like Albert King. I don't know. Like just in the numerals and A's, you would have plenty there that you're just like.
It doesn't sound like he really equated. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he just.
Maybe I just didn't have his favorite band.
He's
like, well, it's all trailer park.
He saw some
music.
shit that he didn't know, and he was like, "Oh, trailer trash."
He saw Country Bob and the Blood Farmers.
Yeah, he got that. He got
okay,
that
is trailer trash music.
Yeah.
But
yeah, whatever. Hey, look, at least he's not a Trump supporter, right? Like,
yeah, right.
That would have made it worse.
He just thinks I am.
Yeah, that would have just made it worse. It's just like, well, you're a shitty person and you suck, but like,
actually,
thank you for not voting for Trump.
I forgot about this part, but I did tell him, like, I'm literally an anarcho-communist.
Yeah.
And he was like, you don't even know what that means, you fucking piece of trash. Trying to act like you're smart and shit. What the fuck? Anarcho-communist.
Yeah, this is somebody who just feels better putting people down.
That's I guess. For like half an hour, at least. I blocked him again. I haven't checked to see if he's still going.
He's still.
This was hours ago.
Some say he's still going today.
Some say when you listen, when the wind whistles at night, you can still hear trailer trash, anarcho-communist coming on the wind.
It was he's just got a script going off on you right now.
Yeah. Oh, man, it was an AI.
For a minute, I thought he was a bot.
Yeah.
Because like he did start incorporating things that I said to him into what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like he would just like an entire message would just be anarcho-communist, and then wow, and I'm like, is this just like a machine learning app just throwing insults? That's what it's programmed to do.
It was actually Ruth. She had her little
oh, I heard
out.
that.
Like, fuck you.
You accused Ruth and she made a kiss noise. I see how it is, baby. Are you glad you get to hang out during the podcast this time?
Oh yeah, these two are doing a sub podcast during our podcast. Broadcast.
I felt bad because I didn't get a whole lot of time to hang out with them today. So
they're very chill though.
Yeah. You just get the occasional Pete. I don't know, man. Earlier, Casey was just downstairs. I was upstairs in the bedroom with the birds, and I was working. She just went downstairs to do something, and they flipped their shit. They were screaming for probably a good hour. Couldn't talk them down. They were just real upset that she wasn't in the room.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling people about your bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the one that's getting stared down here.
Oh, the prey animals, so they can look at everybody at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you want me to let you out, but I ain't gonna.
I made a very uncomfortable call last week. I went to see my doctor.
Like, your old doctor or your new doctor?
My old doctor. I can't see the new doctor until November.
Right.
Oh, Jesus, that's right.
So I still have at least one more experience with the old doctor coming up.
A rough one, I'm sure.
But yeah, I told you guys in a prior show that I was gone at it with the lady of the night, and
About your wiener.
yeah, my wiener just decided, nope, not into the butt thing, and it kind of fucked with me.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I went back the next week, even after being like, you know what, I think I'm just done with this shit, cause but it got in my head, so I had to fucking go back and be like, all right, I'm gonna make this thing work. Went back, and it just, I mean, the first time it worked, and then the second time it was like, nope, not feeling this. Just, I'm like, oh my god, my fucking dick's done. So I'm like, full blown panic. And I'm like, you know what?
The fact that you can go twice near 40,
Yeah.
you need to count your blessings.
I couldn't though. It went back down during the second round.
The second, there is no second round anymore.
Well, I was all fucked up. It's like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna touch my dick for a week. I'm gonna see if I can get it up by myself.
Storing
And
up
it
your
just
chi.
was not like cooperating with me. So I'm like, what is wrong with my dick? Is it stress? Is it my fucking liver? What? So I called the doctor.
You got that old liver dick.
Got the liver dick.
I know, like,
good.
when you have liver damage, it stops processing the testosterone correctly.
Oh.
And you end up loaded up on estrogen instead.
Huh.
So I'm like, is that what's happening here? Because I know my liver's kind of fucked. So I made the call. Okay. I went back to my doctor, and I went in there, and there was a guy nurse that like took me back to begin with. And we walk in, and I sit down, and she's like, so, you're having some, some... I'm like, yep. And he's like, well, all right, we're going to get this straightened out. So, like, right away, this dude's on board. He's like, no, this ain't cool.
No dicks, no limp dicks on my watch. Oh no, not today.
Did you tell him that you could go round 1 but just not round 2?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Because if you told him that, he'd be like, don't get greedy, son.
Then, like, 5 minutes later, the doctor comes in, and he's like, so, what's the problem? I'm like, it ain't working right. Like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, it doesn't stay up. Like, even when I try it like myself, it's just kind of like floppy and shit. And he's like, well, so when you're with a partner, it works? I'm like, yeah, for a little bit. What's he saying to me? He's like, but then it goes back down. I'm like, yeah, it's happened like twice now. I don't know what's going on. And the first thing he brings up is, do you find your partner attractive? So he's like, oh, you're just fucking some ugly biddies, dude.
he's like, yeah, you're from Middletown, right?
I mean,
It's troll diggy, isn't it?
it's a legitimate concern. They have to ask.
Well, you know.
It
is
not that you're fucking some ugly biddies is the concern, but like if you're not attracted to somebody,
Yeah,
it can
you
be
know, the
difficult
troubleshooting method is start with the most logical thing.
Yeah. Start with the easiest fix, right? Yeah. Just find a new partner.
It's like,
And it's like, you know, do you get like morning wood? And I'm like, not really anymore. He's like, well, that's a problem. And he's like, all right, so what I want you to do is drink milk and eat bananas before going to sleep. I'm like, What?
Huh?
I guess drink milk and eat bananas before going
Calcium
to sleep.
and protein? Or potassium, rather?
I have
Calcium.
I guess.
Bananas
boners.
don't even actually have all that much potassium in them. Like, this sounds like some fucking...
Chase your soup shit again?
Yeah.
And the first thing that went through my mind is like, my friend Doug wanted to give me some dick pills, and he drinks a lot of milk,
like-
sir.
Yeah, no.
Right before bed. Pound a quart of milk right before bed every night.
That man has a milk IV. Okay, when he pulls it out of his arm, he drinks it.
Yeah, not a drop wasted.
Oh, fuck.
So he ended up giving me a prescription for some generic Viagra.
Okay.
And I didn't like that. That shit
No?
gave me a headache.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
But I will say, like, and I only took it, like, once, just as a test run.
Yeah.
And things worked. And I haven't taken it since. And, like, I've at least gotten back to being able to jerk off.
Okay, so you have...
So maybe it was just, like, a stress issue or something,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Oh my god, I can't fuck twice.
But seriously, like, do you find your partner attractive? Drink milk, eat bananas.
And you wonder
Dude.
why I'm switching doctors.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one really came out of left field.
Can you clarify, please, doctor, what the fuck that's supposed to do and how? Because I'm not seeing it, bro. Well,
Milk and bananas.
bananas look like dicks, and milk has calcium, and you're looking for a boner. There.
Milk comes out of titties.
Yeah.
No, the banana symbolizes your dick, and the milk symbolizes your cum.
Yeah.
I want you to eat both of those before you go to bed.
I had to get a bunch of blood taken. Like, they took like 7 vials.
Oh, man.
And the
Last time it was 6.
yeah, the
Just gonna bleed
self harm
you dry.
chick, she ain't there. So that's kind of depressing. And then they called me like when they called me yesterday. They're like, oh yeah, we there was a problem with like 2 of the samples, so we need you to come back down and give us more blood. So I'm gonna have to go back down tomorrow and give them some more blood.
Vampires.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It was tasty. There's nothing wrong with it. The problem is they ran out.
Here's the timeline. You go to the hospital with liver issues. You have surgery. One of the assistants in the operating room is a vampire. They infect you with a thing that's going to make your dick stop working in a few years. Was it a few years? How long has it been?
Well, it's been a minute. I mean, that was...
2018.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So a few years later, your dick's going to stop working because they know you're going to come back for that. And that's when they get you. They'll start taking 6, 7 vials of blood at a time.
Well, they're going to take a lot fucking more than that because I got a call from the cancer doc as well.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're like, yeah, we're calling about with the results of the blood test you had last week. And I was like, last week? And the lady looked at it and she's like, oh, we should have called you a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's been like a month.
You fucking should have.
And she's like, well, everything came back normal. Yeah, I know. Fucking saw it in the portal a month ago. Like, so we're going to send you to a sleep study. Because maybe that would explain why I have polycythemia or something. Which is just when you've got like a billion. Well, not literally a billion. Maybe. What the fuck do I know about the size of blood? It just means you have too much red blood cells,
You got
and
big
hemoglobin
blood.
and shit.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you have too much blood.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, that's how they get you.
But
It's them vampires.
here's the thing. They were like, depending on how that comes back, you might use a machine, or you might we might just have to take your blood and throw it out, or you could donate it if that's okay with your doctor.
We might just have to take your blood and throw it out.
I was like, wait, like bloodletting? Just like, yeah, basically. Bloodletting.
Yep. You're too sanguine. We've got to release your humors.
Bloodletting is still a thing.
Whenever someone's
I mean, it's not like a widespread thing, but there's still like a couple conditions where bloodletting is the treatment.
You could always get a pet leech. That's how you're supposed to feed them.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, they're cool, though.
No.
Right.
I'm good.
Whenever someone says bloodletting, I think of the Blitzkid acoustic show and the tape I did, because they did the whole show and they said, yeah, we're never going to play bloodletting. And off, like, since Josh was sitting right beside the camera, you just hear bloodletting. Like, you just repeated what they said very clearly.
I wonder why.
Why would I have done that?
Maybe someone asked me what they were
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
When
yeah.
he say bloodletting.
That could be.
Maybe I was mocking them or something.
Fucking
I don't know.
bloodletting.
Bloodletting.
Nobody even likes this song.
Blood. I just remember that, like, that little kid.
Blood.
Like, a monster gonna take my blood.
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 Can I play you a short TikTok? This is actually. Why is oh no?
Every one of my tables is insane. It's a full moon. Yeah, I'm always like, what?
So this is a guy who does these sketches about like working in a restaurant. They're very funny. Even though I've never worked in a restaurant, I've known people who've worked in restaurants basically my whole life. So I've picked up things. This one though, I was not prepared. This video came at me.
Okay.
Like almost as hard as that guy on Soulseek earlier.
My tables is insane. It's a full moon. Yeah, I'm always like, why is everyone's energy so chaotic? And then I remember, I just had a woman complain that her napkin was too big. Yep, full moon.
Wait, are you serious? What does the moon have to do with anything?
Tell me you haven't worked in a restaurant for long without telling me. It's totally a thing. It's science. I'm just mad I forgot to request off.
It's like clockwork. Every full moon, all the crazies come in.
And people that are normally decent guests start acting up.
I thought that was just horror movie stuff about werewolves.
No, that's exactly right. People become werewolves. They just don't get all hairy with big claws. Instead, they order Caesar salads with no lettuce and complain when their well-done burger takes longer than 3 minutes to cook.
I did just have a family of 7 people asked to sit at a booth that only fits 4.
Full moon.
And that guy at 26 just asked for 2 glasses of milk at the same time.
Oh, no, that's just Doug. He's a...
Holy shit.
Almost out. Oh, full moon.
What the hell? No! Full sick!
Well, he has had Ron Combs in his corner for all this time. Yeah.
Wow. You are a meme.
Apparently
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I played it for Casey, and she's chuckling along with it because we watch
Sure.
that channel sometimes. And they mentioned 2 glasses of milk, and she's like, and I was like, like, it's just Doug. He's a fucking weirdo. She's like, oh my fucking god. I didn't know you were into pegging, but you just got pegged.
Yeah. It's interesting. I haven't served in 10 years now. I don't have dreams about any other job, but I
Yeah.
still have serving nightmares.
That makes sense. See, you gotta think about it, like, that place is, like, kind of ingrained in you.
Yeah.
Mm.
The last time I had one, I was like, I remember in the dream I looked down, I was like, fuck, my section's full. I'm wearing sandals. Oh, god damn it, my feet are gonna hurt. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm dreaming.
I don't work here anymore.
Fuck this. And I walked out.
I wish I get fired sometimes.
I couldn't do it anymore.
No,
I couldn't go back.
I could never do it. Like, I've known for a very long time that I just could not do that job.
if I did go back, I think I could pick it right back up, but it would be really hard to just have to fucking smile and listen to someone babble on some inane bullshit.
Yeah, you'd be miserable.
Like Dee, a couple weekends ago, she asked for somebody's like room number.
No.
And
That's gonna be audible.
yeah. She asked the guy for a room number or something, or he had like a kids eat free coupon, and she didn't realize that. And instead of being like, "Oh no, I have this coupon," he was like, "You need to be better at your job." And she was just like, okay, sorry." And I was like, "Yeah, see, that's not gonna fly with me." No.
Be throwing down with this guy.
Yeah, I'd be like, "No,
fuck you, motherfucker."
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, Jesus.
I think when you're younger, like, you wouldn't really know how to approach that situation. But
yeah.
After you've had enough of life, there's a very fuck this shit, fuck you.
No, like, I sometimes fantasize about getting fired from my job because I can't afford to quit.
Yeah.
But there's a very liberating feeling about I don't work here anymore. Like, the moment it happens, you're like, oh, I have no responsibility to any of you people anymore.
Yeah.
I can do whatever the hell I want. You can't come back on me for it.
Ugh.
Well, one of our friends has been in a real fucked up situation with her job. It's like her mom had just had a heart attack, and then her dad had been having like trouble with his legs, like they got an infection and everything.
Oh, shit.
So her trying to take care of them and like deal with panic attacks and deal with like the her duties at work, and her work just started like really trying to bully her out. And then she went through like just a nightmare with her doctor trying to get like some kind of like I forget what it is. It's like some kind of medical leave, like some kind of medical disability thing, just so she could take time to like deal with family stuff until that all calms down.
Sure.
And her doctor kept like dicking her over and dragging it out, and being out of the office until it couldn't be done anymore. And then her work kept changing her responsibilities and basically trying to bully her into quitting.
Man.
And I mean, it finally came down to her just being like, fine, I'm fucking resigning because I can't deal with this. And that's what they wanted because they wouldn't have to give her unemployment or anything. But HR kind of knew what they were putting her through. And they were just like, yeah, I'm going to put you up for unemployment anyway.
If she wanted to fight them on it, she probably could have, but she wouldn't have had the like mental capacity or time to do it.
And that was a big thing. It's like, I just want to be fucking done with everything right now.
That's really shitty.
Fucking jobs, man.
This is why I'm a communist. Weren't for fucking capitalism.
Yeah, I just wish I could figure out how to be rich.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the problem, if you can pull that off.
yeah, I'm trying. If it happens, I'll take y'all with me, but I can't promise it's going to happen.
Like ditto, honestly.
Yeah, I can absolutely promise you're coming with me, but...
I don't know. You know what we got to do? We got to incorporate is what we got to do.
Yeah.
Then we got to do every low down dirty trick in the book.
Exactly.
That's how they do it.
I have so many ideas that are like, oh wow, if I didn't like realize how harmful this is, I could make a lot of money. Like,
if I didn't have any scruples whatsoever, I could be fucking rich.
Like, think of how much. Just think of how much money they're making off all the fucking right wing loonies. Like, I could be king of the thieves in that realm. Like,
there are I just watched a video on fluoride.
Okay.
And like how there's still a lot of people who like think fluoride is actually really terrible for your body, and they're like there's a lot of conspiracy theories that go on around it.
How's your third eye going to open if you're using fluoride?
That's exactly right. But there's now an industry of
How, Doug? You didn't answer my question.
You can't, all right? You can't. It's going to calcify. There's an industry now just making dental, like oral hygiene products for people who don't want fluoride or fluoride, and they're like inferior products. They just suck. It's just shitty toothpaste, shitty mouthwash, all that shit, and that only exists because people are afraid of fluoride. Hey, I could make a shitty fucking mouthwash. I have access to grain alcohol and mint. I can make a shitty mouthwash.
My dental hygienist told me, she was like, don't fucking bother with anything but Listerine.
Yeah.
She was like, that's the shit.
It's the standard for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, everything else is inferior.
What about the orange flavored Listerine?
That's probably fine.
Just Listerine in general.
And I said, okay. And we were shopping, and Dee picked up this non-Listerine mouthwash. And I was like, Katie told me only get Listerine. She was, really? Like, yeah. And here I looked at it, and it was like, no fluoride. I was like, don't put any, no. And she's like, okay. And she heard that this stuff was good. And I was like, yeah, no.
You need to stop listening to whoever said that.
Yeah, whoever said that, just, nope.
Don't trust their opinion on anything anymore, just FYI.
Yeah, just listen to Katie.
I wonder if Katie's Roxy, the hygienist stripper.
Oh!
I played a game that's been out for a while. What Remains of Edith Finch?
I have that.
Yeah.
Never played it.
I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
It's
I think they got me just on the title. I don't really know much about anything.
It's a good title.
Yeah.
it's basically a 2-hour walking simulator.
Yeah, you're right.
The main character, Edith Finch, returns to her family's home after literally everyone in her family has died.
Yes,
So she is the last remaining Finch.
Oh, wow.
And you basically go through the house and up to their rooms, like having flashbacks and reliving their life and like how they died. Because I guess when the Finch family came over to America, they did so to escape a curse. And they didn't do a very good job escaping the curse because the ship carrying their house sank in the ocean. It sank like right off the coast of where the new house would be built. But then it just goes through like the last 100 years of Finch family members and how they all died, like mysterious circumstances and shit.
Huh.
Like I think the first story you really played through was like a 10-year-old girl named Molly. Mm-hmm. She got sent to bed one night without her dinner. So she gets out of bed and she goes like looking for stuff in her room to eat. Like she eats her gerbil's carrot. She goes and she thinks about eating her pet fish, and then she decides against that. She goes in the bathroom and she like just goes down with the toothpaste, man. So like as that 1940s super fluoridated toothpaste, whole tube. So of course she's gonna be sick. She finds it's Christmas. She finds like the holly berries on thing of wreath or whatever.
Oh.
And they're pretty toxic.
Yeah.
So she eats those, comes out of the bathroom, and she's obviously tripping balls because she sees a bird outside her window. And she walks over to the window and pushes it open, but it's chained, so the little kid can't fall out. But that's when she turns into a cat and jumps out onto the branch. And then you go through this like whole like wild scenario where she like dashes around the trees to get this bird, and when she finally gets a bird, she turns into an owl. And then she swoops down, she gets some rabbits, and after she gets a couple rabbits, she turns into a shark that tumbles into the ocean and eats a seal. And then the shark turns into a sea monster that like pulls itself up onto a boat, and it goes around eating people. And after it eats all the people on the boat, it comes back up through the toilet in her bathroom, and it slithers out under her bed. And she's like, that's when you like go back to her body in her bed, and she's like, I know there's something under there. I've held my breath, and I don't hear anything, but I know it's coming for me, and I will be delicious. Oh, and that's the story of how she died.
Did she die ostensibly from eating the berries?
I would assume so. But I mean, it's some things aren't as outlandish as that, but they all have like a fantastic element to them, but they're also grounded in
Sounds cool.
reality. Yeah. And I mean, it's not something that like takes a long time to get through. Like it's a 2-hour game.
Yeah.
Fucking very easy platinum trophy on the PlayStation.
You're basically just watching a movie.
Yeah. And you gotta do some things like go around, look through like all the peepholes in the doors and stuff like that to get some of the trophies or replay a story. But yeah, it's very cool. There's some disturbing shit in there, but
it sounds like
just in like the heaviness, not an actual like this is fucking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's a very good game.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Like one of the few games I've played that I can actually say like, okay, this lived up to like all the good things I heard about it over the years.
It looks like the developer of that game only had one other video game that they developed.
Yeah, the Unfinished Swan, I think it was.
And I've actually heard of that one. So
and that ties in to this one because the king from that game is supposed to be one of the Finch children that just mysteriously disappeared.
Oh shit.
And it's not. I wouldn't say like it's a prequel or a sequel, so to say. But it just has a connection to it that only made sense all the years later when this game was released. So it was kind of cool to see that.
Was Unfinished Swan the same kind of like style of game?
From what I've seen, no.
No? Okay.
No, it's... I think Unfinished Swan was like a puzzle kind of game where you went around finishing paintings in this kingdom.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's a very artistic game.
As opposed to Minecraft, which is a very autistic.
Yeah.
It is. You just have fun with that game.
Giant Doug licking a butthole.
I forget what you named that. I think it might have just been like Doug eating ass or something like that. I watched Woody Harrelson eat some ass recently.
That's some good ass.
It was in. I was
Any
telling
cheeks with Woody Harrelson between them are good ass.
I was telling.
Yeah, I haven't watched True Detective, but I know that True Detective season 1 nude scene very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Josh before you
that.
came over that I was watching True Detective.
I've been meaning to watch it.
I was just finishing the last episode before the podcast.
Yeah.
I have to say, everybody says watch season 1, the rest isn't worth it.
Yeah.
They're right. The more you like season 1, the less you should watch season 2.
Yeah.
Like just if you want to be sure you're not wasting your time, don't bother with it. But first season's good. But yeah, there was a scene where Woody Harrelson's doing sexy times with who was that?
Alexandra Daddario.
Yes,
You don't need
it
to
was.
look it up.
It was Alexandra Daddario. And I ended up sending Casey a text message. I was like, so I started watching True Detective. And she's like, oh, how is it? And I was like, well, I don't know what I was expecting. But Woody Harrelson eating Alexandra Daddario's ass was not it. But it's what I got. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, oh, he's executive producing. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh my god. What if he's like Tarantino? Just not with feet and with eating ass.
Eating ass. He casts people because he wants to lick their buttholes.
It's not the worst recent cast person.
Like, would you be open to... let me see if I can do a Woody Harrelson. Old Woody Harrelson at that. Would you be open to bleaching your asshole? How was that? Was that passable?
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You did have a twin shoot, yeah.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark.
And then she's like, is my asshole going to be on camera? And he's like, no. No.
The little warble in the voice there.
Can't tell if it's Woody Harrelson or the old guy from Family Guy.
What time is it?
It's howdy doody time.
It's 8:30. We still got some time.
Yeah.
We went to Lancaster this weekend. Well, Saturday, like Monday, the students are there. So this week was student prep. So she was, and her birthday was last week. So I was like, all right, for your birthday, let's go school shopping. She was like, yay. We went to, there's this, I think I've talked about it before. There's this place in Myerstown. CS Wholesale, I think is what it's called. Yeah, CS Wholesale. And it's
Oh, like the grocery wholesale?
no.
Oh.
No, it's a I think the guy just buys pallets and sells the stuff.
I think the one I'm thinking of might have been C&S.
Maybe.
Anywho.
But there was the wholesale, he had like this little wholesale building area, and then beside it there was a flea market that we walked through a couple months ago. It looked amazing. I mean, it was like
Saturday's Market
it was
level?
like the back of Saturday's Market, but inside, and everybody you walked by was hard to understand, and they all barked at you to come look at their shit.
Wow.
It was pretty funny. Because this lady...
Hey, yo, come look at my baseball cards!
This lady was barking at D, and D thought she was asking for help. And I just walked away. And she was just trying to sell D, fucking an old mirror. Or something.
God.
I don't know.
You look like you could use a mirror.
The lady, you couldn't understand her. She was like, thanks a lot. I was like, look, I found a guy selling a Sega Genesis.
What do you want me to do? Was it a Model 1 or a Model 2?
Model 1.
Ooh. The original Model 1 or the revision?
I don't know. I didn't want to get close enough to look because I didn't want him barking at me.
I want to talk to you, yeah.
But the place was funny because this time they were all over. She's all over their Facebook group because they post pictures of all the new shit they get in off of whatever palette, and she'll hand me it and just like, hey, is there any action figures you're looking for here or whatever? But they have wiped out the flea market. No more flea market. Now it's all C&S Wholesale. The whole building. Just, they got refrigerators, they got everything. And I was like, sure,
Weird.
let's go rummage around. We found some more crime happening.
Ooh.
We saw some Mennonite girls pocketing makeup at the wholesale.
Oh, shit. But they weren't supposed to be wearing makeup.
Not supposed to be stealing makeup either.
Well.
They're also teenage Mennonite moms, so.
Oh.
Yeah, them kids be fucking.
Yeah.
This fly needs to get fucking out of my apartment.
So, yeah, we saw some more crimes.
Mm.
And we both knew it was happening. I leaned over and I was like, you can totally rat on them if you want. I don't think they're going to do anything. And she was like, no, you told me to mind my business.
She said, it's none of our business, Kenneth.
You're like, you're right.
Yes.
You've learned well.
But they get a religious exemption from their taxes, and, fuck them, so.
It's against my religion to pay your fucking taxes too, but you don't see me getting them, right?
So yeah, we did that. It was fun. Then we went down to Lancaster. I forget what happened down there.
Why'd you go to Lancaster? You don't just go to Lancaster.
I mean, Lancaster's like cultural center.
Why'd you go?
Trying to think of where we went. We went. She wanted to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Oh. Is that their wholesale or their outlet store?
Mm-hmm. I thought she wanted to go to Barnes & Noble. But as I walked around there, she was just following me, and then I realized she thought I wanted to go there because they were having a 50% off thing.
Oh.
I was like, let's just walk around then.
I only just came to the realization recently that Barnes & Noble is still a thing.
Yeah.
Because somebody signed up for an account there with my email address. Put in the name Marilyn Monroe.
Mm.
Now, this could have been Bruce.
Yeah.
I only thought about that afterwards, but I immediately was like, oh shit, that doesn't sound good. Let me have them close that account down and change my email password. Yeah. Well, they had never clicked on the link in the email to confirm the email address, so like they didn't have access to my email account, but it could very well have been Bruce. I should do it back to him just to see what happens.
Me and Skippy went down to Philly to see a show like long ass time ago. And she wanted to stop at King of Prussia to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Oh.
So we're taking this escalator upstairs, and this chick and her boyfriend are in front of us. And this chick has the shortest skirt in the world on. And that was the closest I'd ever come to seeing a vagina at that point. Because those underwear did not cover much. So that is my very fond one-time experience at Nordstrom Rack.
Who shops at Nordstrom?
Just remember these absolute fucking gargoyles walking around the shoe section being like, gladiator sandals are really in right now. I remember looking at her thinking, like, lady, the talons you got. They would outlaw those things because you're tearing fucking cattle apart with them.
Jesus Christ. We solved the cattle mutilations, folks.
Just fucking cleaving them right in half.
Oh, man.
That wasn't nice of me, but I couldn't help it.
Yeah, well. It's fun to make fun of people to yourself.
Yeah,
They'll never hear it.
But then 12 years later, I brought it up on a podcast.
Well, I mean, they're never...
She's out there listening, and she knows it's about her.
She's not listening. Nobody listens to this show.
Like, gladiator sandals were in.
The only people
I was at Nordstrom Rack, and I saw the girl with her pussy hanging out. I did buy gladiator sandals.
I did have some talons on me.
I was picking up cattle.
Now, the only people listening to this show are Richard
bunch
and
of ham and eggers.
a bunch of Arabs that are disappointed that we're not making fart noises.
What you just said reminded me of something. My one friend in New York was telling me what they're calling cops up there, and it's really fucking getting to the cops. So it's like the N-word, hard R, but pig instead.
Pigger?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that'll get to them.
Yeah. They are not happy about it at all, which is only fueling it even more.
Yup.
I saw a meme that said, like...
Hard R.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say? It was like... Gen Z are afraid to ask... Yeah, Gen Z are afraid to ask a server for ketchup, but they'll body slam a cop. And somebody responded and said, it's because we respect people who actually serve. Fuck.
Man, culture got fucking weird.
Yeah.
Got wild real fast. I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong.
Do you know? Unrelated. That topophobia, something like that.
The tryptophobia, or the thing where like
With the
you
holes.
see all
Yeah.
the holes. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. So, August is 30 days of fun at my work. And let me tell you, some IT guys really, where the median age is about 55, really know how to fucking get down. Our 50 days of fun is every day on the huddle, somebody comes up with a fun question to ask.
Oh boy.
And they'll put a poll out there. And everybody can type in a fun response. And it took about 2.5 weeks before someone realized, like, it's funner, it's easier to just ask this question out loud and discuss it. Whatever they are.
You don't have to set up like a straw poll or
Originally, it was
whatever.
just a poll that people would put in and not. It's like, wow, you guys are really nailing it. But my department head yesterday was like, "What's your biggest irrational fear?" And the one person, it was that tryptophobia, but she did not know how to verbalize it. So, and she put it in the poll, and we were just watching the things come up, and like I'm talking about how like I don't really like plants, I don't fucking trust them. I'm talking about that, and that got some discussion started, and then all of a sudden, boom, lots of holes pops up. And my coworker Nick was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need some explanation."
And she was like, to elaborate slightly.
Yeah, and she just, it was hilarious because she didn't know how to like explain the issue. She was
didn't
just
know
like,
what it was called.
I don't like a lot of holes altogether. We're like, what? She was like, like bubbles or. Oh my god, I was fucking dying until somebody like vocalized. Like, they knew what she was trying to say.
Do you think they knew the whole time and they were just waiting?
Maybe, I mean, if you see lots of holes...
If I knew, I'd still probably keep my mouth shut for a few minutes.
It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. Because the only thing she could say was just like, I don't like a lot of holes. When a lot of holes are all together, I don't like it.
I think I have a touch of that.
Yeah.
But it's not like just any time. It's specifically when it's like somebody's skin.
Yeah.
Like they make the body hard.
I think it's like the main thing.
Yeah.
Like looking at honeycomb itself wouldn't like weird
Oh
someone
yeah,
out.
she didn't like honeycomb.
Oh.
No, she didn't like honeycombs.
Oh.
No.
Apparently neither does she.
So like looking at like a really close-up view of somebody's pores would like weird you out.
Maybe a little bit, not nearly as much as like the Photoshop jobs where they do the like insect pupas
okay.
and they like Photoshop that like it's coming out of somebody's arm.
Okay, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. Baby birds. There's really no reason to scream. There's no reason for that. It's unneeded. What did I just say? I literally just said. Have either of you ever seen... Stop me if I talked about this on the show. My memory must just be shit. But have you ever seen The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch?
You did bring this up.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I would like it even though I knew they weren't going to find anything conclusive. Apparently they haven't found shit, and it's been going for like 5 seasons. I've only watched like up through like a couple episodes into season 2, and then I gave up on it. But it reminded me of that documentary series Hellier. that I was recommending to people, even though they don't actually find anything, just because like they keep finding nothing and trying to make something out of it. It's exactly what happens in Skinwalker Ranch, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I've every once in a while I'll come across some weird alien documentary or something, and I'll be like, okay, maybe this one will be interesting, because I don't fucking know.
Sometimes it's just tell cool stories.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I just
That's all I'm looking for.
like, I can watch something like that, and if the evidence laid out in front of me says like there's no other explanation that these people can give me, there were aliens, I'm like, okay, that's interesting, and then I'll leave it alone. Like, I'm not. You know.
But when you're like, you were drunk,
Yeah, like,
that's all you really need most of the time.
Maybe once a year I get sucked up in something. I'm like, maybe this one will creep me out, or really. No, it's always the same shit. Like, I've yet to see one that isn't just full of like one person's account. And hey, maybe that's how the aliens are. That's how they're only pick on people that could be only their account. Maybe they're that smart.
That's just somebody telling the story to the right person.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I had a UFO encounter one time, and then they tell their story. That's the same as any other story you hear about this. But the person they're telling it to is like, I'm going to make a movie about it.
Yeah, right.
You want to make a movie about it? And like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
That's how we get all this
and then
stuff.
it always ends up with like, this person was in the military and they had an encounter and they haven't talked about it until now. We're an exclusive. It's like the same shit. Yeah, I was going out for a smoke, and they flew overhead and freaked me out, and all the power went out, and then it came back, and that was that.
And then I went back inside and went back to work.
Yep. And then my boss told me I never saw it.
And it's
like,
a 3-hour-long limited miniseries.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, okay, like maybe there's some truth to it, maybe there's not, but like, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Oh, they got the guy with the crazy hair from
that guy, the ancient
from
aliens.
Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
Giorgio.
Yeah. They just cut him in, like, occasionally, just to comment on things, because they have to pad it out to 3 hours when it's a 20-second story.
I like it. Yeah, man. There was one. I might have it. I haven't watched it yet. That I thought was going to be good. I think I started it and I was like, oh, this looks like the same old shit. And it was supposed to be like, maybe it was a book. Either a book or a documentary or something. The Day After Disclosure.
I remember
It was
that.
like what this person thinks, how the world would change if the governments came out and said, like, yeah, there are UFOs and we've been in contact with them.
Well, we found out what happens then.
Yeah, just nothing.
Yeah, literally nothing. I think it's because everybody realizes they're just trying to distract from the other shit that they're doing.
Like, or it's like, oh, great, like, we got serious problems right now. Like,
yeah, we need to worry about other things.
Yeah,
at the
let's
moment.
worry about this other shit, please. We'll
Did
come
you-
back to the alien thing later.
Would you have ever called that the government would tell us that aliens are real as a false flag operation?
Did they say aliens are real? Or did they say
I think
there
they
are
said that we...
I think they said
government-
UFOs are real.
The government... Well, they
we
are.
don't know what
we
they
just don't know
are.
what they are.
Yeah.
There was a guy who no longer works for the government who testified, I think. Am I getting that right? I assume that you know because you like to follow that kind of stuff usually.
I vaguely remember hearing about it.
Yeah.
My
My
man's got double fuck problems. He can't. He's worried about that second dick.
He was talking about... He was talking about the. It was like the government actually has alien like corpses. Okay. Like they have like extraterrestrial remains in storage. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And like Congress is talking about this shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, kind of don't care anymore if that's the case, and it's probably not. And so like. Not amused either.
Yeah. The last one that I watched was like something about like, I don't know. I downloaded it, watched it, and deleted it because I was like, oh man, I just wasted an hour on that bullshit. It was like, how can we prepare for their inevitable invasion or something like that. I was like, oh boy, it's a strong stance to take. I'll check that out.
Yeah, right.
It's the same shit.
Oh my god.
Damn, girl.
They know that it's getting close to bedtime.
Damn tired as fuck.
Damn it.
That's how the dogs get. They just like I've had to stay up till at least 10 o'clock every night this week to kick off something for work. And they're like, so I'm just like sitting in the kitchen painting or whatever, and they come in, they're like, hey, come on. I'm like, go to bed. Like, what do you can go to bed without me, man. No. What's up?
I was gonna say, I said that you could hang out during the podcast if you behave, but the alternative is to take them upstairs and put them in their cages.
Really
That's where they want to go.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
should we
okay,
play some
baby.
games?
I suppose.
These birds are like, play fucking Florida!
Play some Florida and get it over with. I got a great picture of Gamera cuddling in my beard yesterday. If I can find it. There we go. I really like the motion blur.
Yeah.
On it. But I actually did get a cute picture of her and memeified it.
Oh.
It's pretty cute.
Fucking Goober coworkers made a proclamation that his team wasn't going to deal with an issue anymore, and he capped it off by making a meme about it. We're like,
Oh boy.
he's like, Adobe issues are no longer my team's responsibility, and he made this long ass fucking ramble about how he's escalating this and it's not going to be his issue anymore. Got shut down. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, generally you don't just get to make that call.
No. Nobody.
Your users are having issues with Adobe. You gotta try and help them.
And you're the troubleshooting team.
God
He just
damn.
wasn't happy that, something happened that caused him to get more work. It's fucking hilarious, though. Like, dude, why did you make a meme? Why did you make a Baby Yoda meme?
Do you think that was gonna help your kid?
Yeah.
It was a Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
meme? Jesus.
Why would you fucking spend time on that when everybody...
This is one of the 55 plus guys.
No. Well,
No?
I think if he had a chance to jump and be an old guy, he would like it, so...
Oh.
Spark, take a look at this Subspace News article. Some fool blew his own face off while cleaning a loaded phaser. Fascinating, Captain. Was it someone aboard the Enterprise? No, Spark, it happened in Florida.
All right. Our states this week, they are, of course, Florida, New Jersey, and Ohio.
Florida,
Oh.
New Jersey, Ohio. Okay.
Okay.
Headline number 1. Trans January 6th rioter is begging Marjorie Taylor Greene and other GOP leaders to get her into a women's prison.
Huh. Boy, that's a...
It's a tall order, huh?
Yeah, that's... Whew.
I don't know why you thought they would listen to you.
Leopards ate my face bunch?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they haven't exactly been subtle about not liking people like you.
You went to the wrong riot.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't much of an issue back during January 6th. They weren't really the target back then, were they?
They were.
I mean, they were, but they weren't the primary target like they are nowadays.
It has the situation has evolved since
Yeah.
then, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Headline number 2. Man leaving Wawa he had previously been banned from was pulled over at 1 in the morning on his golf cart and arrested in possession of meth.
Golf cart.
Yep.
Wawa.
Wow, that's a big hint.
Yeah.
Headline number 3. Man who named son Adolf Hitler shows up for family court hearing wearing full Nazi uniform.
I swear we had that one already. Years ago.
Oh, I don't remember it, but that's not.
Wasn't there
surprising.
some? Maybe
I don't
wasn't there
remember
someone that
last
named
week.
all his kids Adolf Hitler?
Possibly.
Oh,
Maybe that's what it was.
God.
Maybe this is like the youngest. This is the same fucking guy. I swear we had a story where somebody named all their kids Adolf Hitler.
That's our current champion, red meat.
Florida, New Jersey, and what?
Ohio.
Ohio, yeah. Wawa, New Jersey.
Do they have Wawas in Ohio?
No, but they definitely have New Jersey.
Yeah,
So that's most likely.
that's what I'm thinking too.
I'll put the Jan 6th rioter, begging him. MTG. I'll put that in Ohio.
Damn it, that's what I was gonna do.
So Hitler is your Florida.
Leaving Hitler in Florida, yeah.
Dollar menu?
Well,
Wait a minute.
you know you make me want to shit.
Fill my britches.
Come on now, shit.
Don't forget to wipe my ass.
Shit.
Just like we sang it at the weddings.
A little bit softer now.
Well, seeing as how the champ gave the answers that I was thinking, I am going to switch it up just to have a shot at it. So I'm definitely still putting the Wawa in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That seems really likely. And then I guess that Ohio is going to be my Hitler.
Okay.
Oh, that's an out of context quote right there. I guess Ohio is going to be my Hitler.
And January 6th is your Florida?
I guess so.
I could have gone that way.
Yeah, sure.
I could've gone
I could
that
see
way.
somebody traveling
Yeah.
that far. Yeah.
All right. Well, our winner and still champion
Okay.
going 1 for 3, but not getting Florida.
Oh, really?
It's the red meat babyface.
Nobody
Yes.
got Florida?
Nobody got Florida.
Which means the Wawa was in
the
Florida.
Wawa was in Florida.
The meth was in Florida, too.
Yeah.
I did think that, but I was like, I don't know
Wawa
how
overrides meth usually. But in this case, it shouldn't have.
I think we need to come to terms with Wawa being bigger than we
I
expect.
thought they had Piggly Wiggly down in Florida.
So Wawa was our Florida. Ohio was the trans rioter. And New Jersey was Adolf Hitler.
I think we got hung up by Wawa in Florida before, too. That feels familiar.
I genuinely did not think that they had Wawas in Florida.
I swear this happened before. I'm having deja vu about
The
that.
Wawa story is brand new. The Hitler story is like 10 years old.
That might be a redo.
It's possible.
We've had so many rounds.
Well,
of this game.
I don't know that particular Wawa story. I just remember us being like, "What? There's Wawa in Florida?"
So, of course, this brings us to the joke of the week.
Here, in its natural habitat, on a tiny islet off the coast of Belgium, we observe the majestic and elusive joke of the week.
What do you call a kid with no arms and an eye patch? You call him names.
Oh, Joke
of the week, everybody.
That's so mean.
Thanks for listening.
But you cannot fuck around with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.